Hi VC, it's Rob here with another video, and this is a vinyl update, stuff I've been picking up over the last couple of weeks, a few things from Amazon, but mainly from record fairs and record shops around the Manchester area. So what I've been picking up, a bit of varied stuff, a bit of something for everyone as usual. I picked this album up, Fire and Skill, and this is a compilation album, Songs of the Jam. So anyone who's watched my channel over the last 6 or 7 months, know I'm a big fan of the Jam. Started to get into them about 1979 and right up to them splitting up in 1982. And this is this came out in 1999 in November, so 20 years ago really. And it's not easy to find on vinyl. So there's all sorts of artists on here covering Jam songs. Liam Gallagher doing Carnation, which is off the Jam's final album, The Gift. You've got Noel Gallagher doing To Be Someone, which is from Almo Cons. You've got the Beastie Boys doing Start from the Sound Effects album. You've got Buffalo Tom doing a great version of Going Underground. Ben Harper does a good version of The Modern World. You've got Reef, Garbage, Everything But the Girl. There's a lot of really good artists on here. So I've got the inner as well. To my knowledge, this has never been reissued. So I went in a record shop called Vinyl Exchange in Manchester, and I always go to like certain artists. I'm sure you're the same. And the Jam, I've got all the vinyl albums by the Jam, but I always just go and have a look and see what's there, and I was so shocked to see this. It was 30 quid, which is quite a lot for me to spend on one album. I actually went to a record fair, I left it there, but when I was at the record fair I was thinking about this, so I went back and fortunately it was still there. So yeah, really pleased to pick up Fire and Skill, Songs of the Jam. Now what else have we got? Oh yeah, when was it? A couple of weeks ago. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know about this little tale. But there was an arts event, a little bit of a record fair on in Stockport, and I'd heard Tim Burgess from the Charlatans was going to be DJing there, doing some signings. So I went along, and anyone who knows Tim Burgess over the last couple of years, he's got one of the worst haircuts in rock really. So I was looking for him, and he's had a haircut, he's coloured his hair, he looks a lot better than he did when I saw him at Glastonbury a few months ago. So I wanted him to sign something for me, so I was looking through the bins and I spotted this 12-inch single, Jesus Hairdo. So I went up to Tim, there was a couple of guys around him, people were getting the photos took with him. I sort of bided my time, and I asked one of the guys, you know, would Tim mind signing his 12-inch for me? And he looked up off his phone and said, depends what it is, mate. So I showed him and he just said, yeah, I'll sign that. So he signed it for me. I asked him to personalise it. Just had a brief conversation with him. I just said thanks for the music. So yeah, really polite, humble guy, no edge, no ego. And it was really nice to meet Tim Burgess from the Charlatans. Now, in the background, you might be thinking, what's that? Well, it's this. It's Moon Duo. A Moon Duo are Ripley Johnson and Shan Yamada. I think that's the pronunciation. And this album is called Stars Are the Light. And again on Instagram, I did some footage of me in a record shop, and I was looking at this album. I've been listening to it from the date of its release, which was only a couple of weeks ago. I thought the cover was really striking, really psychedelic looking. I mean, these are described as psych rock from San Francisco, but to me this is more dream pop, bedroom pop. Got a nice inner with it as well. Really nice album. I thought I'd have it on in the background. little bit of krautrock in there. They're actually touring the UK and Europe over the next probably 5 or 6 weeks, so they're on in Leeds, so I'm hoping to go to see them. This is their 7th album, and I've listened to a lot of the stuff. I wasn't really aware of them, and I really like them, so I'm really pleased to pick this up. You could pick it up on red vinyl for a couple of quid more, but Sam the vinyl douche is, you know, he likes his black vinyl, and I must admit I like black vinyl as well. So yeah, Stars Are the Light by Moon Duo, and I hope you enjoy it in the background. Now, a bit of a fun album here, and it's Jilted John and True Love Stories. So in the UK, Jilted John, who is Graham Fellows, aka Jilted John, big hit in the UK in 1978 with a song called Jilted John, and it's a real sort of new wave punk anthem really. Gordon is a moron, and I've been going out with a girl, her name is Julie. It's just a really fun song. Graham Fellows, originally from Sheffield, and he went to drama college in Manchester in 1977, and in 78 he was just in the common room, in the canteen at college at the drama school, and he picked a guitar up and he learnt a few basic chords, and he came up with the song Jilted John. And in Summer Holidays in 1978 he had a top 10 hit, number 4 in fact, and he appeared on Top of the Pops 3 times, forgot the words on the 3rd occasion because he was singing live, had his photo taken kissing Debbie Harry. I mean, you know, he was living the dream. But then, you know, after the success of Jilted John, he went back to drama college, had a little bit of a career but nothing substantial. This album came out in 78 and it's got some real fun songs on it. Bazzy's Party, the Paperboy song, In the Bus Shelter, Goodbye Karen, sort of throwaway pop songs really. He wasn't really a recording artist, he just had the opportunity to record an album, so he took it. But Graham Fellows came up with a character when he was about 26 called John Shuttleworth, and since then up to the present day he's still doing that character, John Shuttleworth. He's kind of, he won't be, I don't think he's very well known in the States, but he's kind of everyone's sort of maybe embarrassing dad, a 50-year-old guy who's not very cool, and he's just a really inventive character that Graham Fellows has sort of been using for over 30 years. He's on a lot of panel shows on TV in the UK, and he has radio programs on Radio 4. So he's branched out. He's done really good in his career, but people in the UK will always know him as Jilted John, and it's just a great song. And I was really pleased to find this album. So yeah, True Love Stories by Jilted John. Now, pick this album up, and it's Moth Boys by a band called Spectre. So Spectre are from London. They're a 4-piece. This album's from 2015. It's just on black vinyl. So I was at a record fair, and these record fairs, they tend to have sealed vinyl. Sometimes a tenner, sometimes 3 for a £5, sometimes a £5, and this was a £5. I was aware of Spectre, sort of. I've got some friends who I do a quiz with on a Thursday evening. They're actually my son's friends, you know, so they're obviously a lot younger than me. And they've been to see Spectre a couple of times, and they are also touring the UK in November, and I think they've got a new album coming out probably in the new year. So yeah, Spectre are, they're a little bit like Pulp, a British band called White Lies, who are a little bit like them. So nothing, you know, groundbreaking, but if you get into them, you'll sort of think, you know, why aren't they more successful? And I was really pleased to find this. So yeah, Moth Boys by Spectre. Now, pick this album up, and it's Japanese Breakfast, and that's Michelle Zauner and this album's called Soft Sounds from Another Planet. What I do sometimes is I cheat. I go on Pitchfork, which is, I'm sure a lot of people know about Pitchfork. Sort of ranks albums, and you can go on there and look at albums from any year and see, you know, which albums were critically acclaimed. And I went on 2017 and I was having a look, and Michelle Zona, or Japanese Breakfast, this album was really critically acclaimed. I gave it a spin and I really enjoyed it. It's bedroom wave, that's what I call it. Everything's got a label on it. Indie pop, dream pop. It's the second album. Played this to a guy at work who's 25, who's really into sort of indie music. He'd not heard of Japanese Breakfast and he really enjoyed it as well. It starts really strongly, you know, Diving Woman, Roadhead, Machinist. Really good, solid album. If you're not aware of it, I'm sure some people are, but maybe not everybody. Maybe check it out. So yeah, Japanese Breakfast. Now, pick this album up, and it's Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. So this is a Spanish import. I think it's actually a bootleg. I picked it up for a pretty good price. It's on blue vinyl. So I've not got Sticky Fingers. I'm trying to get those classic Stones albums. I don't have many of them. I picked up Goat's Head Soup a couple of months ago. I found the album cover really interesting, designed by John Pache, who did the lips, the famous lips. And the story behind this is that General Franco in Spain, he banned the original sleeve, so the zipper that Andy Warhol designed, he banned it. So they had to come up with this other cover. And he also banned Sister Morphine. So Sister Morphine isn't on this album, and there's a live version of Let It Rock, the Chuck Berry song. So that does sort of, you know, put a bit of a dampener on the album. I'll still try and find the original Sticky Fingers, but I think this was about a tenner, and I was really pleased to find it. And it's, you know, it's a classic album, isn't it? So yeah, Sticky Fingers by the Rolling Stones. Now, a couple of albums here now by a band who I don't really get shown on the VC. One of the largest selling artists of the last 30 years, maybe even 40 years. It's this band, and it's U2, and All That You Can't Leave Behind. So it's funny actually, I was watching Steve Carlson, great channel on VC. He's going to be doing a rundown of his top 100 albums of all time, and as a prequel to that, he was showing CDs that would be in his top 100, but he doesn't have them on vinyl. And this album, All That You Can't Leave Behind, was one of the albums that he showed that he doesn't have on vinyl. Now, I picked this up for a really good price, so I'm sure Steve could pick it up. I mean, it shows all sorts of stuff, you know, from Uruguayan cha-cha to psychedelic Latvian music. I mean, come on, Steve. You can pick this album up, and Steve described it as a great album. And this came out in 2000, so sold over 12 million copies, and it's just a fantastic album. You know, I'm coming out as someone who does like U2, so you get an inner with it, but then you also get a polylined sleeve as well. It's just on black vinyl, and you get a really nice booklet with it as well. So you get a nice booklet, Charles de Gaulle Airport. You get a nice booklet. I'm not sure why nobody shows U2. There's very few channels on the VC. Jim Vinyl Designs, I think, you know, a couple of other people, but you don't even get people showing sort of early U2 albums. You just seem to be a certain type of artist that doesn't get shown on the VC, but you know, I'm coming out. Stuck in a Moment by U2 is a great song. It's weird when you've got it on vinyl, because obviously you've got side 1 and side 2, and you're used to hearing the CD and just playing it constantly 20 years ago. Then you don't really think of it as side 1 and side 2. But last track on side 1 is In a Little While, which is a song I always liked. And side 2 starts off with Wild Honey, Peace on Earth. It's just one of my favourite albums. And I thought, you know, over the last 3 years I've been buying a lot of vinyl. And some of those albums that you're really into, from sort of the early noughties, it can get a little bit neglected, but I wanted this in my collection, so yeah, U2. So while I was on a bit of a U2 kick, I did The Ultimate Sin, and I got another U2 album. So yeah, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. So this is from 2004, a follow-up album. Again, in a nice polyline sleeve. But then you also get the sleeve as well. So you get a sleeve with it as well. And again, a really nice booklet. And these were only just over 20 quid. The lyrics. I mean, Larry Mullen, the drummer for U2, he's the guy who sort of formed U2. And they were going to be called the Larry Mullen Band. So yeah, Bono answered an advert and said he could sing a bit, and you know, Edge did a bit of jamming and he got in the band, and Adam Clayton was the only bass player who applied. So they kind of stumbled together, but you know, it's about over 40 years now. And this album again, it's a really strong one. A Man and a Woman, I love that song. All Because of You. Sometimes You Can't Make It on Your Own. That's a U2 track, probably in my top 10. So I have to be in a particular mood for U2. At the moment, I've just heard the Moon Duos album. I'm really into that sort of dream pop, bedroom pop, space rock, whatever you want to call it. But from time to time, you know, I just want to hear a bit of good old-fashioned, I suppose you call it, like rock music. I mean, U2, you know, did they sort of take over from the Stones? I'm not too sure. But again, it's just a bit of a mystery to me why people on the VC don't show U2. But I thought, I mean, for me, U2, the early stuff, sort of Echo and the Bunnymen, I thought were far better. So I kind of left U2 alone until probably the Joshua Tree. But anything between the Joshua Tree and this album, you know, I'm really into. So yeah, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb by U2. So that's it from me. I've got plenty of other stuff to show, but don't want to show too much on a video. Another record fair on Sunday, and this will be a good one because it's one of the largest ones in the northwest of England, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm sure I'll pick some good stuff up. So that's it from me. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.